So I will begin. Thank you, Venus, for the reminder. Okay, so everyone, welcome to our first ever in the history of the Academy poetry night. And we thought we've been to a few of these recently. we've been around and about, and some of the people here from the groups we've been to have been showing us some places. So Toya and Maya have been taking us out and about places, and we've been learning things. So we thought, me and Venus talked about it. We thought, you know what, let's do this thing. And we met Dearest Love writer last week, and she reminded us, gave us the idea actually, which gave us the spark of an idea to try it out here. So here is the format for this evening's or afternoon's event, or morning, depending on where you are. It's something a little bit like this. To begin with, I'm just going to set the scene for this session and talk a bit about the kind of concepts of poetry. So I think the angle we're going to take here is sacred poetry in the Academy. So I think we'll have a sort of kind of innermost spiritual or well-being angle to it. And we have a theme also, which I'll talk about in a short while. But we thought what would be good is just a couple of things just to sort of get things started. One thing is Rain has very kindly prepared a meditation for us, a 5-minute one, on awakening the muse or the kind of artist within. And some of us I have also struggled with writer's block or creative block. And I thought it was a great idea for her to write this short 5-minute meditation so that we could benefit from this concept of awakening the muse. And it's very well done and well written. You'll certainly enjoy it, and I'll send you the SoundCloud link for it, so you can hear that. And that'll be the first thing we do. When that's finished and we come back, I'll just check that you'll come back in again, and just say back when you're back in. And then from that point, then Venus is going to kindly share with us some good tips of poetry, just some good principles and some tips to bear in mind. Once that's done, then we'll introduce the theme for the night, and just so you start thinking about it, it is called tuning in, and by that we mean tuning into ourselves or each other or people we know or nature or what's around us. And there's lots of things you can play with that kind of concept, and you can take lots of analogies from it, and you will spend a bit of time, maybe 15-20 minutes or so, I think is what we'll allow, to write up something yourself. And it'll be just a creative flow time, and maybe there'll be some music in the background or something just to help you along. And when that's done, then we'll start the readings, and we will read our own stuff. And if there's something if you can't come up with an idea, you also can share something that you like a lot. Okay, so you've all got an opportunity to contribute in some way. And that's what will happen. And then we'll go with the readings, and then we'll close up, and maybe Strixie will play a few tunes for us with a bit of luck. So let's get started now with Rain's meditation to begin with, and I will supply you the magical link. Just a moment. This word magic, I keep saying it today. I don't know why. Something's up in the air, I think. Just a moment. Rain. Tigerfish. Okay, everyone, and I'm back in sound. So here comes the link for you all right now. This is about roughly 5 minutes. Dearest, that is a really good idea, actually, to do a collaborative one. I like that idea. Let's think about that, actually. Maybe that's how we begin, possibly, We can do a collaborative one, which is pretty much in the zone. Is that done before or after people write their own ones? Maybe that's the first thing we'll do, actually. I'm okay with that. Let's just go with that one first. We'll do the collaborative one individually to begin with, and then, yeah, that sounds great. I like the idea. So, yeah, let's do that one. As soon as we get past Venus's bit on good poetry, then we're ready to go, aren't we, really? So let's just go with Rain's SoundCloud, Rain's SoundCloud meditation file. Start with that. So I'll give you about 5 or 6 minutes just to get that up and running. I've sent the link out. Here it is again. You'll enjoy this. Okay. And I will be back with you in 6 minutes or so.
Activate your Muse meditation. Make sure you will not be disturbed. Turn off your phone, eliminate other possible distractions, and find a place of comfort. You can sit on the floor, use a pillow or wall for support to keep your back straight, or sit on a chair. Whatever works for you to relax your physical body is good. Cease all activities so that you can fully focus on your mind journey. Closed eyes is ideal. If you need to read along, focus your camera on a peaceful background and close all other windows on your screen to minimize distractions. To enter in a relaxed frame of mind, start by taking your focus to your breath. Count 1 to 3, breathing in. Count 1 to 5, breathing out. Your chest and tummy rise on the in-breath, while your shoulders should stay in the same position. Breathe out all stress and relax. Find your rhythm. Take your time. Observe your thoughts. Do not engage. Allow them to come and go. Bring your awareness to your body and scan for any tightness. Use your out-breath to release any tension you may sense and relax. Take a few breaths if you need to. When you feel fully relaxed, bring your awareness to any time in your life you felt enormously inspired and happy. Perhaps when you created your best piece yet. Where were you? What were you doing? Go back there in your mind's eye. How did you feel? Do you remember any sounds? Smell? Temperature? Any other sensations? Use all of your senses to take you back there, to that time and place. How do you feel now? Hold on to that feeling when you start by slowly taking your focus back to the current moment. Focus back on your breath. Hold on to that feeling and take it with you into the now. Gently move your fingers and toes. Stretch your body. Open your eyes. Welcome back. Namaste.
That's great. Thank you. So I'll just read out the quote there at the end. So I hope that's actually very useful, and lots of useful stuff there. We can't help with us, to give some learning materials out. So that's very thorough and helpful indeed, as Toya says there. Poetry lifts the veil from the hidden beauty of the world and makes familiar objects be as if they were not familiar. So to look at things freshly and new is what we try to do. Okay, so there were some links there also which you could look at to look at some of the sources there, and something you can explore. Now, over to the next part now, which is where we're going to do our first, collaborative writing idea. So, let's see. I imagine, dearest, if I'm correct, someone starts this process, and then we go around the circle. Correct? And shall I start the process? So I can begin with the line, and then who would like to go second? Will it be Venus to my right to go after me? And then we can go around in that direction. Is that clockwise? To the left side. Who can use voice? So I can start. Yes, I can. Yeah, I can write that. So once I say it, I will also type it, and then we'll compile also. Can I get a volunteer for a compiler, please? A scribe who can take together the poem, the lines, and make the final version. So someone could please scribe the final version. Just need someone just to sort of make a note of it and put it to one notepad as we go around. So we'll all type our bits, and then someone just needs to be able to scribe it. Maya, could you scribe it? Okay, great. If you can keep the notepad going. Yes, I want to use the theme of our topic. Actually, we have a theme. So our theme is tuning in. So I will start with that. And who's to my left here? I can't actually have got names turned off here. So who's to my left? Who's nearest to me? Do you have voice? I think it's next to Candy. There's someone there. I think it's Dearest Love Writer, actually, as it happens. So let me begin with the first line. Just a few seconds as I compose myself. Right, okay. Oh, yes, okay. Well, whoever's next to me can go next. Oh, Toya, yes, okay, I see now. Okay, it's you then, Toya, after me. All right. Tuning in. I'm listening to the voice within. That's my line. Thank you, Maya. Yeah, thank you, Maya. Cheers. Indeed, momentito. Candy, get yours ready. Actually, I guess yours depends on what Toya says. So, in a way, you gotta kind of wait. That's okay. Just to see who can. I mean, if you don't feel like doing it, we can opt out also. Go for it. I think that's Toya coming in now.
Of course. Yes, it is.
Ooh, very good. That's good. Well done. And let's see who comes next. Let's see. Could Strix go next? If Candy's not ready.
Dissonant sound put the voices on the ground.
That's great. Good, good, good. Okay, so Sassy to your left next. If you type it, I'll read it out for you. So, is this my inner voice, or perhaps the earth trembling? I'm sure I listen closer to the sound that resonates within my heart. Wonderful. Over to you, Zena, next. Just checking you're okay with that, Zena. Are you okay with the next line? You can, no problem at all. Over to Marcel. How are you feeling this, Marcel? Could you take this further? Marcel, thank you. As Marcel says, the summer night winds call into the heat of your embrace. Thank you. Don't worry, Zena, if you come up with one later, we can always bring it in. Happy to roll with that. Thank you, Marcel. It's very nice. Over to Dear Slav Writer. Dear Slav says, it is to bring in the spirit and tune to the heart that draws me to you all. That's great. Over to you, Rain. And you can also pass by if you are not ready, and we can come around again. It's okay, Rain. Not to worry. We'll keep on going. We're just taking the last person's line and taking one further, so we can come back to you. No problem. So Maya, how are you? Ready to roll? Sure. Wow. So Maya's got, in a place that I find a home again, as I have so long ago. That's wonderful. Candy, we can come back to you and then go to Jasmine after that. Go for it, Candy. Let's hear it. Okay, Candy, is that going to be, is your line coming, or was that your line? Okay, I'll go to Jasmine. Thanks, dear, that's very helpful. I'll go to Jasmine to my right, and then it'll be Venus at the end. And Rain, if you do come back in, just say. That's okay. Always forgivable typos here. Yes, so Jasmine, would you like to add one thing? Jasmine hasn't actually got a voice. Oh, yes. Excellent. My muses so many times have tickled my ears. Thanks, dears. That's very good. Well done. That's probably the funniest one of the lines, isn't it? Very good. Okay, so over to Venus for the final one of the circle. Very good. So, tuning in trees, in flowers, in the sea. They whisper so silently, but powerfully rise in me. So it kind of begins within and it ends without. Has someone got the full composed article with them that they can just paste out for the full summary? I think Deist has the thread or Maya, one of those two. See if you can get it as close as you can. Let's let Maya do it. Actually, was volunteered, so let Maya do that. Yeah, let Maya do that. If you can compose to a note card, Maya, or to paste in text, that will be great. And while that's going on, everyone, in the meantime, we'll start this about 15 minutes or so of just individual composing. I'll give you some options. Either you can write one yourself, or you could share one that you'd like to share. In terms of the length of the poem, I'd look to try and keep it fairly short. Maybe something like I don't know, 12 to 20 lines or so, if you can do, just for the sake of time, so we can get everyone to be finished on time for, say, about 5 to 7. At 7 we have another place to get to, which we're going to invite you along and pull you along to. So we'll hear about that in a minute. But yes, same theme to yes, tuning in, and I think anything around that, really, that concept, whether it's internally, externally, or within yourself or without yourself, you can play with the words as you wish to. And if you can't think of a poem, you also can find something that you like out there. Yes, that final line, we'll take that. On to allowing me to share it all with thee. That's very nice, Rain. And we can put that in at the end. So if Maya can add that in. So as Maya's composing, you guys can all begin just scribing. Get your pencils and pens or note cards ready. And you've got about till about 6:40 p.m. SPDT SLT to finish it, if that's okay. And we'll come back then. Spring Fairy Blessings. This is a very timely poem. Spring Fairy Blessings. May fairies peek at you from spring flowers. May fay voices chime to you from windy bowers. May fairy love follow your hour by hours. May Shide bless you with goddesses' powers. Blessings and love, Sky Dancer, Jasmine, Vajra. That's excellent. Well done. That has really got the spring feel to it, hasn't it? I'm very impressed. I need that applause gesture, don't I? Nicely done. Thank you, Maya. Feel free to share out. It's great. Maya's got the full poem there, which is all comprised together, which is great to have. Now we'll get that into a note card. That's our joint poem from Maya there. I'll just read it out anyway, as the rest of you are scribing. So, tuning in, I'm listening to the voice within. One minute, actually, just ask, would someone else want to volunteer to read out what Maya posted other than me? Be good to hear some of your voices. If so, could you go ahead? Maya, could you read that out, Maya? Would you be able to? In voice?
If you can hear me.
I can indeed. Well done. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, I have on my other thing. So tuning in. I'm listening to the voice within. this my inner voice, or perhaps the earth trembling? Unsure, I listen closer to the sound that resonates within my heart. The summer night winds call into the heat of your embrace. It is to bring in the spirit and tune to the heart that draws me to you all, in a place that I find a home again as I have so long ago. My muses so many times has tickled my ears. Thanks, dears. Tuning in trees and flowers in the sea, they whisper so silently but powerfully rises up in me.
That's
Over
excellent.
here.
Well done. That works very well, doesn't it, as a poem? It seems to work well. So that was a great idea, Dears. That worked very well. Thank you. So I'll let you guys continue with your individual poems. I think you're all scribing away. That's quite special. That's our collaborative first ever effort. And I'm sure that will probably go onto our website, which is under construction. Oh, great. Strix is going to help with.
I'm thinking on
Yeah,
making a musical version
that's great.
of a poem, just very improvised, but anyway.
I think it'd be great to hear that. Well,
Listening to the voice within. More than one chorus says yes, no's, and maybes. A dissonant sound, but the voice is on the ground. Listening over the earth trembling. Closer I listen, closer to the sound that resonates in my heart. The summer night wind, calm the heart of your embrace. It brings in the spirit and turn the heart and only speak to you all. In a place I find a home again, as I had so long ago. My muses are so many times I've tickled my ears. Thanks to you. Tuning trees and flowers in the sea. They whisper so silently and powerfully rises in me. That's all.
that's me clapping, by the way. Strix is fantastic. We even got a live song out of this. It's brilliant. Just improvised on the spot. This is why this man is here. What a talented chap. Thank you, Strixie. That's excellent. I get you every time you come here. You're going to pull off a song that's live. Well done. Well, guys, have you ever seen that ever happen in SL before? It's the first time I've ever seen it happen. Well, we have. We've heard them before, but this is obviously a different matter when it's on the dot improvisation of all this stuff together. Very good. Delightful. So, yes, so the rest of you creatives can carry on crafting. And I'm just going to work on one with Venus behind the scenes there and just get one out of my note cards. We have one to sort of work on. I'll let you guys go along for a few more minutes, and then we can share what we've got back with you soon. Thank you, Strix. That's brilliant. As you've done your Strix, you might want to provide us some background music, if that's okay. I don't mind you playing guitar some more. I could listen to that for hours. Go for it.
Guitar background.
There's some great stuff coming through. Keep going, Strix. Keep going. There's some great stuff coming through. Yeah, keep going, Strix. Don't stop, please. Some great stuff coming through from some people who's reading back. From Rains, Toya's typed something in here, and there's some nice stuff coming in. This Toya's one. Would you like to read yours out, Toya? Would you do that in voice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to just get you close up. Yeah, thank you. Go ahead.
Well, you said the theme was tuning, and I guess that means a lot of things to me. And then it occurred to me that tuning is like a guitar string.
Yeah.
Tuning, delicate, fine, like mixing colors to paint thread lines. Each is me, each is not, each is true, each is hot. Pull one here, cut one there, careful not to unravel the lot. Tuning, blessed with sense, 1,000 vibrant colors past the lens. Each feeling, each meaning demands a here. Open up, close down. Choices form and risks appear.
That is excellent. Well done. I mean, in such a little time we've given you 10 minutes. If I gave you an hour, what would you finish off with? I can imagine. So well done. We have some talented people amongst us here today. It's well written, very colourful poem. Let's see, Rain, would you like to do your poem next? The Journey into the Heart. Hi, Rain, could you hear me? If Rain's there, she'll come back. Let's see, type it actually. Rain, can you do your voice? As we go down, as Rain's going to pick it up in a minute. Maya, would you like to say your one in voice?
Okay.
Yeah, well done. Thank you.
You hear me?
Yeah, good. Okay, you loud and clear.
Okay, I just did a little haiku.
That's great.
Because I'm not used to writing poetry. I wrote, sitting in a firelit circle, music from crickets and birds and Strix. Ocean waves whisper secrets from far-off lands.
So, haiku, jumping in at the deep end with haiku. Well done. That's good. So much can be fitted into such few lines with haiku, and it combines very well. Thank you so much. Marcel, how about you? I think you've got something you want to say. Do you want to share that with that, Marcel? Do you want to come on voice? It'd be good to hear you if you can do voice. Do you feel shy? Maybe Zena needs to hear this. Okay. Marcel, would you like to do that on voice? Just let me know. I'll give you your moment. It's a very nice poem, Marcel. If not, I'll read it out for you. Do you want me to read it out for you, Marcel? Shall I do it for you on your behalf? So Marcel's poem says the following. It says, we'll find it. That day you told me all was well and held my hand, I smiled, looking into your eyes. Your hand touched my hand, your thoughts touched my thoughts. We were one under the sun, you and I. I came to you in my sullen state, and you took all my pain away with your piercing love. It's very touching and well written, Marcel. Thank you. Yes, it's very sweetly done. Rain, yes, I can read your poem out if you want me to. And who else is still good to go? I think I've got Venus here. Venus has one. Yes, Venus, I think you have one coming up soon. So shall I do mine first, and then I'll just read one for Rain here. Oh, Rain's back on audio, I think.
I've just moved to another room. Sorry about that.
So I guess noisy sometimes, I understand.
My real life hubby is on SL2 somewhere else, and he's discussing designs and stuff online. So
Oh yeah.
I don't want you guys to have to listen to that.
All right.
So let's see.
Go for it. Yeah, just do your poem.
Let me read it. Got to find it back again, because I'm actually transcribing the whole meeting at the moment as well. So I'm copying and pasting while I'm
incredible piece of work.
Okay, so my poem is Journey into the Heart. I actually came to it after a meditation session that was guided by a Buddhist monk, and he just really took me a long way, and I actually did experience this. This is trying to explain how I experienced it. So here it goes. Journey into the heart. Observe the breath and be still. Breathe in and out slowly, and it will. Nothing can disturb the inner peace. Now start feeling completely at ease. Traveling further and further within, all surrounding sounds growing dim. The heart beats like an ancient drum, calling to come closer to its hum. In your mind's eye, you can see it being small inside your chest, but upon entering, you can clearly see the rest. A universe of endless possibilities that was hidden from your physical abilities. This is where anything is possible. The heart's power is unstoppable. The seeds of endless dreams that flower into reality, it seems. The heart is like a TARDIS with timeless infinite worlds inside. Treasure and appreciate this special place to hide. That was it.
Well done, Rain. That was that written recently or some just after your meditation with this monk? Well done. Well done.
That's a little curtsy.
That's excellent, Rain. Rain, thank you. Well done. Excellent, and well done again. And also for your meditation, which was great earlier. I will just see who else is to say and share their poem today with us. To see who isn't left here. Yes, dearest love writer, we are waiting. We're waiting for yours, indeed.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can indeed.
Okay, I'll put it in here. I wrote this some time ago. It's one of my old ones. But it's called Tuning in a Spiritual World, with falling stars and rising brilliant sunbursts, paths entwine in curious varied courses, bringing knowledge to a wanderer such as I. And wantingly my gentle quest inspires a long and lengthy journey. Earthly ground, surrounding me with cattle on 1,000 hills, quaint towns and busy cities, people of color and personality contribute towards my advancing worldly wisdom. Inspirational and opinionated thoughts share of emotional attachments and love, motivating further these my explorations. And it's not for me the darkness of a cave, where in hiding time wastes itself. Instead, I direct to the openness of sharing, morning breezes and the kindness of a newfound friend, following intensely this my need to know. Wisdom is found by avid seekers like me. In foul or fair circumstance I will strengthen, knowing never is there truly a final and complete ending, instead forever a life everlasting in mine. And I wrote that in 2012.
That was brilliant. Dearest love actually writes a bit more than this as well. So, dearest love, do you mind sharing your link you showed us last week about the other things that you write? Because I really was impressed by that. And you are one of our writers on the upper echelons of the word. So, if you could just maybe share your link, it'd be great to see that.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I've been writing for about 6 decades.
Good heavens.
I have a few.
You must be good at this stuff.
Okay. Thank you.
You teach us a few tricks.
I looked for it.
Please,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Appreciate your link. Thank you very much. Okay, who's left to say their poem? That was wonderful. Who's left to say their prose? And if not, I will finish off with one from one of ours. So Venus has written something, and I'll read that out. So after this, we're going to close down because I need to be. Well, we're going to be going to Hippie Farm. I went there last week actually for an event, and once again, I think we went to on last Friday, I think it was, and a few of you guys came over with us. So we're welcome you to come over with us there. I'm playing this evening over there, a live set. So I'll just read out Venus's poem, and then we'll close down. Just so you know, a week ahead of this, next week, we already have planned out what we're doing for this circle next week. And both Rain and Maya are going to be doing a double team effect, and this is going to be very impressive. What I'll do is, if I pass this note card to Venus, she will send out this healing class note card to you all, and we're doing a healing class next week. So if you guys please remember the same time, same place, we will be here, and its focus is going to be on healing. Maya's going to be doing a presentation on it, a short one. I'll be giving some sort of scene as well, setting, and Rain will do a guided meditation. That's our plan A, and we intend to stick to it. So Venus, we could pass that around in a few moments, and I will read out your poem. So, throat clearing moment. Here I go. I'm so glad we found this poem. Like when we wrote it in quite excitedly, and then like scrabbling with my note card. Where the hell was that poem? I'm happy to say I've got it here now. So, I hope I can do this justice. It's very well written. Okay, it's called, I think it kind of goes in with the theme of tuning in, really. It's called A Magic Place. Once I lived in a magic place, far away, green and blue and full of grace. Crystal seas and smell of salt, singing bells and deep, deep wells. Horses running all around, colourful fields and fertile ground. One night it all came apart, and one day it all went away. My God, I need to run and find another way, another path, place to stay. A suitcase in hand and money in my wallet, passport, laptop bag and a bit of courage. This is what it took to be ready to say goodbye to all. I never knew, to all I ever had, to all that means to me, to all I won't be able to see, to smell, to touch. Oh, I'll miss it so much. Oh, God will see what it is that you planned for me. What is it that I need to face to be able to find new grace? What is it that I need to endure to become safe and pure? This one flight overseas, will it show me all of these? New places, new faces, new laws, new rules, no one to turn to, and so many fools. Getting to know my way around, and this is what I found. I am that magic place, green and blue and full of grace. That crystal sea and smell of salt, I am that. Singing bells and deep, deep wells, I am that horse that runs around the colourful fields and fertile ground. New adventure I like to see, this is, even when it's cruel. This is how my mind is set, to always see the underlying jewel. That is brilliant. Thank you very much. That's very well written and profound. So we have a visionary writer amongst us. That's a very in-depth poem. So it has been a very good evening. Thank you, everyone. Well done, all of you, for sharing your inner selves and outer selves with us at this event. We'll keep our angle of sacred poems, and we'll probably do this again. I think it's gone down well. There's a lot of talent amongst you all, and I really enjoyed the collaborative work and the way we shared and did things together, and even pulled out a song as well as all of that, which is really quite special. We are going to get ready now to package up to our next location. So if you want a teleport, please ask us to get you there. It's a place called Free Spirit Farms. You can look it up, and maybe we can just sort of send out some landmarks actually while we're doing this. I need to go and get ready sharpish to get myself organised, and I'm not quite there yet. So the music genre is going to be EDM generally, but I'll play psytrance, and I'll play a kind of a more ambient sound. It won't be too loud and noisy. Very spiritual sounding, kind of like dance music. It has very good energy to it, and it's an amazing place to go to actually, atmospherically, people-wise. It's just a lovely place. So come and join us, and you'll see where we hang out on Friday night. And then we'll close down. Now next week you've got a class we've got on here on healing, as I mentioned to you, and the idea of this is really a nice idea, is to bring people, I mean, if you know someone who's not well, has a health problem, if you yourself are suffering from any kind of health condition, please come along. You will be put into the treatment of the circle, and there'll be some guided meditation in it about healing the body. There'll be a presentation from Maya about what she does as a Reiki practitioner and the other healing practices. I'm also a practitioner of Reiki too, and I think others amongst us here in the circle have practice with this. So if you wish to come along to this next week, please come along. And if you've got any friends who aren't well, can I please implore you to ask them to come along and be with us, and we'll see what we can do. We'll do the best we can do, whether it's a physical malady or an emotional, psychological malady, or they're feeling hurt, or having trouble further deep down in themselves. We'll do what we can do. So I will see you all next week, and if not tonight, come and join us. Signing out.